Kevin.
And I'm Sergey.
And we are the Tabletop Warlords. And once again, we find ourselves playing a game of Beyond the Gates of Antares. The best war game there ever was! Today, we will finally finish the Kara 9 narrative scenarios by playing the 5th scenario in the book.
That's right, we've studied hard and we've graduated from Gates of Antares school. We've learned all the ropes and now we're playing a real boys battle.
Let battle begin!
This scenario, while it shares the same name as Let Battle Begin, it's a little bit more gassed up.
That's right, it is made for speed. We are playing on the same smaller battlefield, so we are much closer to one another right off the gate.
Instead of just trying to kill each other, there is a caveat to the rules that if you have no die to put back in the bag, the game ends. So, if I don't kill anybody, but put all of Kevin's units down, I win, and vice versa.
So we will get our small forces together to show you what we're bringing to the battlefield, as well as the battlefield itself. But before we do that, if you like this video, you should definitely give it a like. And if you like our content in general, you should definitely subscribe to the Tabletop Warlords. We would love to have you.
If you want to support the channel even further, go ahead and consider joining our Patreon campaign. Our patrons are the dopest people in the entire universe, and I'll fight anyone who says otherwise.
And if you like any of the models you're about to see, definitely check out our affiliate link in the description below. It'll take you to the Warlord store, and anything you get will get a small commission to Tabletop Warlords, and we really appreciate it. And here is the final force that I will be battling with on Kara 9. It's actually really sweet. I get 2 fully tricked out strike squad units, so 5 members. The leader and 3 others are armed with plasma carbines, and I get a plasma lance in each, as well as a spotter drone. And the cool fluff of it is that I have Commander Gasivo himself. And this time he actually gets the leader role. He also gets an X-Sling and Sling that ammo. And then his understudy, or second in command, I guess, is Ando Hana. And that is the leader of the other unit, armed in the exact same way. And then my favorite aspect of this force is I get to have a single C3 combat light support drone. Worked out really good in the last one, so I'm assuming it will be Pink Mistin folks again.
This is my tiny force. My first squad is led by Asan Tomak himself. He is set up with a mag pistol and an X-Sling. He has 2 AI troopers with mag guns, 2 AI troopers with micro X launchers, and everyone has overload ammo, which makes their guns strike value 3 limited ammo. The squad also has a spotter drone. The next squad is led by leader Ale. He has a mag repeater and an X-Sling. He has 4 troopers with mag guns, and the squad is supported by a spotter drone. My final squad is led by Rokar. Rokar has a mag gun and an X-Sling, a spotter drone, 3 AI troopers with mag guns, and 1 AI trooper with a micro X launcher, which unfortunately I forgot to model, so you're gonna have to use your imagination. They're sick of all these C3 on their deserted moon planet. This deserted moon planet is ours!
And here we have our final battlefield, where the conflict for Kara 9 will be drawn to a conclusion. It's a pretty sweet battlefield. It's exactly the same as all the other ones. It's still 4 instances of rocky terrain, area terrain, so you're gonna have +2 res and there's no difficulty getting through them. And we had a bunch of barriers, and since in the description it kind of sounds like the Algren are the offense, we decided to replace the barriers with these cool shield barriers. But they're going to be the exact same. It's -2 to shoot over them. If you occupy them, you get +2 res, and infantry kind of move over them in a weird way. You don't have to worry about any tests if you're doing an advance. But the blue plasma fire, once again, doesn't represent anything except for the Algren's rage, and then anything not on an area piece terrain also is just there for fluff. The Algren attack is advancing under cover of the rocky pinnacles, positioning themselves in a way that's going to be difficult for the Concord to get line of sight, but it seems like the Concord had the exact same idea. They're basically all in this corner with a bunch of terrain separating them from the Algren's charge radius. With the battlefield set up, it is time to let battle begin. Having discovered that the Algren are defending a site containing builder technology, strike leader Gasivo enters the battle to force the Algren to break and leave. If this can be achieved, further Concord reinforcements could be brought down to the planet's surface, bringing Kara 9 into their territory. yet another planet for the Intel. It is also now clear to the AI leader Tomak that the C3 intend to drive him and his force away from the site, resulting in the Algorand losing the builder technology. This is unacceptable. The situation leaves him with no choice. It is time to attack, eradicating the C3 force in the same way he had done the last. Turn 1 of this final battle, the Algorand and the Concord are each bringing 3 order days to the table. Let's get these in the bag and get the carnage started.
Turn 1, die 1.
Concord. Oh. For my first turn, I'm going to be doing basically a run or advance, and I'm just going to be hugging this wall. I really don't want the Algorand to be able to start patch sighting to my dudes and just obliterate me right at the beginning, so we're gonna hug the walls. Next dice out of the bag, it's Concord again. Ooh. Well, not to be boring, but once again, so that I'm not getting killed, I'm gonna have Gazebo do the exact same thing. So both strike squads are basically gonna be hugging this so that they can't have a line of sight being drawn to them. Please don't be a Concord dice. Thank God, Algorand.
I'm going to play this boldly. I'm going to run this AI squad into this rocky pinnacle with the intention of patching sight to Kevin's light support drone there. This is my final position. The important aspect of it is that I am within 20 inches of the other units with spotter drones so the patch sight can actually function.
Terrifying. Ha! Concord. Don't mean to be boring, but with my last Concord turn, I can't leave my drone out in the open to just be pummeled with 3 grenades. It would just be stupid. I mean, they're very resilient, but I don't want to stack pens on myself, so I'm gonna simply just do a run order and scoot boot to where they can't draw a line of sight to me.
I think you do mean to be boring.
Yeah, so boring. It is what it is.
The last 2 dice are for the Algorand Prostrate. The Concord is spending their round avoiding me. I'm going to make aggressive maneuvers. Asan Tomak is going to advance and inhabit this energy field. Rokar is going to enact a sprint order, aggressively moving behind this piece of terrain.
Sprint check.
Looking for 5s. And I get a pin.
Knock.
In the first round of combat, Asan Tomak has taken a commanding position while the Concord hide like the scared rats they are.
No shots were fired in turn 1, so each side continues to have 3 order dice.
Turn 2, die 1. Algorand, leader Akale, is not known for his restraint. He's charging into combat. He's going to target Strike Commander Gazebo and attempt to cut the head off of a snake.
Ooh. Commander Gazebo foresaw this contingency and will react with a stand and shoot.
Sprint check for the Algorand. Success!
Initiative check for the Concord. Damn it!
Yes!
God darn it! Right in the middle of the chart!
This bodes well for the Blades of Algor. In point-blank shooting, I will get 6 shots. 2 of them are mag repeater shots, so they'll be at rapid fire, putting them down to 4s, and the rest of them will be at 5s.
I will return fire with 5 single shots at strike value 2. I'm going to be at 4s to hit. I'm going to have to re-roll because he's sprinting, but I do have a spotter drone. We both forgot about our X-Slings. Each of our leaders are going to be using our X-Slings.
Looking for 5s across the board.
Yay.
Pretty decent. So the X-Sling hit, and that does a D4.
Oh, you got a spotter drone.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Nice. So 4 hits total.
Now for the Concord.
Only 1 hit. But you do have a spotter.
Dang.
And you have to re-roll that.
No, I missed.
I mean the 1.
Oh. 6.
Oh, no hits.
Oh
Yes!
My leader and a normal guy are going to absorb the shots from the mag gun. So they both fail. Gazebo saves. This guy is dead. And then 2 more regular dudes took the mag light, or the axe sling explosions, rather. And this one dies. So I've lost 2 freaking guys right off the get. So that's 1 more pin for the Concord, and I lose 2 dudes. Now for the close combat, each of our leaders does have an X-Sling, so having hand weapons, that means Sergey will have 4 hits on a 6 because he charged, with 1 on a 7, and the poor Concord have 3 hits, all hitting, or 2 on 5s and 1 on 6.
Algren close combat. So that'll be 2 misses for the Algren, but I do get to see how many my X-Sling bloom into.
2
And it'll be 2 once again, so that's 4 hits total.
The Concord rebuttal. Oof. So, unfortunately, Gazebo misses, and so does one of his understudies. So that's 1 hit caused by the Concord. Before rolling my saves, it's best that I probably use that single lucky hit to destroy the spotter drone in the unit. It will be Gazebo's last-ditch effort to save the lives of the rest of his men, because I'm pretty sure he's not walking away from this not in a body bag. So I got 4 strike value, 0 hits to resist. I'm gonna put 2 on Gazebo himself and 1 on my lance, which is the yellow dice. So, the lance is dead, the regular guy is dead, and Gazebo is dead.
Oh my god, it's a killing spree. And on that day, the valiant leader Gazebo fell to the blades of Algor. What will his men do? Post-consolidation, this is my AI squad's final position.
These tiny little battles, man.
Oh, Algorian. Leader Rokar must rally his troops. And he fails!
Oh, thank the Lord. Please be Concord. Please be Concord. Ah!
For my last activation of turn 2, I'm going to reposition Tomak. He's going to do a run order and not a sprint, so he won't really get that far because he has to wrap around this barrier, but he's just pressing the advantage.
Specifically avoiding running over the barrier, because if you fail your agility test, you don't get to move at all. I can't even cheat and get the edge. We actually forgot to take my order dice out for that destroyed unit, but regardless, I got the last 2. My last little group of Concord have to avoid being shot at from the other units, but I really have to do a 1-2 punch on these guys who murdered Gazebo. So the first one is going to be an advance order with this drone, which is basically just going to whoop over here to try to keep his angle from being seen, actually like closer. And then I'm going to just fire right into these dudes.
Makes sense.
I have 3 shots at 5s to hit. Oh, I can't reroll a 10. So I got 2 shots. At strike value 3, your res is up to 2, so you're at 9 minus 3 down to 6s. Yes,
Leader's
reroll.
dead. And leader's dead, so just my leader has died. The leader of Kale's bloodlust has gotten the better of it.
Gazebo has been avenged. Was that one? An attempt to wipe this unit off the field and further avenge the murderers of a Gazebo, the Concord will borrow from the bloodlust of the Algren, charging into this unit. This is not a sprint. I don't want to be foolish. I'm trying to prevent myself from gaining pens. So I am going to have in shooting 5 shots at strike value 2 at 5s to hit, and Sergey is going to be 4 shots with mag guns at 4s to hit.
I am at 4s to hit, and I got 2 hits.
Damn you. Okay. The Concord rebuttal. I continue to forget that I have an X-Sling with Sling Net, so that's what my leader is using. 5s to hit. Oh, yes. Oh, crap. Well, that doesn't hit. But I got 4 hits otherwise. So 4 saves for you, 1 save for me, or 2 saves for me.
I am in armor 7 up to armor 9 due to the Rocky Pinnacle, but I'm back down to 7 because of his plasma. I'm all good.
I hate you so much. So that's a pin at least. I'm gonna take both saves on regular guys, which is 6 is brought up to 8, brought down to 7. So I'm good on both counts too.
So the ultimate result of this is that I now need to kill somebody to win this combat.
Yes.
If no one kills anyone, Kevin is the victor.
Yes. Now for the Algren charge. I got 4 hits at 6s, and my X-Sling gives me a 7 to hit. Woo! Concord Kung Fu. My X-Sling causes 2 hits.
For the Algren, it's 4 hits back at 5.
Yay, so 2 hits.
Only 2 hits.
Still pretty good.
2 of my men will have to take 2 hits. For the first one, he's dead twice. For the second one, he's dead. For the third one, 1 hit. He's fine. And for the fourth one, 1 hit. He's dead. Oh, brutal.
The Concord must now deal with 2 hits.
Oh, yes.
My regular guy is dead. The Algren have absorbed 3 pins from their 3 casualties. Wow. But I did lose a few. And I get one more pin on my side. So obviously the Algren are the losers. Their leadership is from 8 down to 3.
And that spells the death of this squad.
Gazebo has been avenged! Post-consolidation, the Concord have returned to the warm embrace of being behind dense area terrain. So let's see if these Algren can push the advance.
Once again, Rokar must rally his troops. And he does.
Wow. The Concord and Algren have traded blows, resulting in each losing an order dice. It's 2v2 going into turn 3.
Turn 3, die 1.
Concord! This is a desperate fight, and I have literally been backed into a corner. So my C3 drone is going to do an advance order, positioning himself as far to the back line as possible, and he is going to shoot right into Tomok, who is out in the open.
Usually I would go down, but the caveat with this scenario is that if all my guys go down, I die of a heart attack or something similar. So I am not going to do that.
That drone's got 3 shots, hitting on 5s. I gotta reroll for my spotter. Oh, terrible shooting. But 2 hits. So you have 2 hits at strike value 3. You only got 2 regular guys. Is that who's taking it?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it on 2 regular guys.
Oh!
One is dead.
Fa! Algren, damn you!
Tomok does not take lightly to his men being slain around him. He is going to attempt to rebut.
It was Percy, his best friend.
Percy
you're
will
so
be avenged!
close. So you lose your pen, and you get to do your advance.
Yep, I'm going to just be advancing as much as I can into here.
That makes sense. Sergey's final position, that's a lot of guns. What's the X-Sling hitting on?
4s.
What's the Micro-X hitting on?
5s.
What's the Mag Gun hitting on?
5s again!
Oh, doom be had this day.
Yes! That is awful.
Spooky 9s.
Okay, so
At least the Mag Gun hit.
this is a hit. I do have. So this is more likely to hit. So I'm gonna reroll one of the Micro X launchers.
Oh, you ran out of ammo. What? It's still a deadly shot. The Mag Gun strike value 1, and I only have armor 8. See?
Yes!
So a US roll, 50% chance to win the game is what we'll call it. Yay! Let's figure out what 2 means. Number 2 is actually pretty brutal. It's an extra D3 pins, and I'm forced down.
Yeah, I actually thought this was gonna be bunk, but.
Oh, yeah! 4 pins.
My blood is chrome!
I can't help but imagine that Mag Gun just like hit him and was like, wah! Spun around. He's like, blue screen. You again.
Now that Rokar has picked his men up off the ground, he is going to advance.
Yes.
I'm going to advance into this terrain and shoot at Kevin's drone. And I'm going to call my shot like Babe Ruth right now, okay? I am going to fire my Micro X launcher and say I'm definitely going to have it scatter and hit Kevin's unit. This is going to be a 2-for-1 kill.
Potentially.
You can quote me on that. I'm on a film. Overhead always fires first, and it is going to be 3s to hit. I will place the space pineapple directly above Kevin's drone. And let's see if it hits directly.
Oh,
It does!
oh
Yeah.
my Lord Almighty.
It's a D4 hits.
2.
And it is 2. Wait, why did I do that?
I don't know why you did that, yeah. That's my job. So it is a strike value 0, and I have 2 hits to absorb at resistance 8. And I'm fine on both accounts, but I do get a pin.
Sweet. As for my direct fire shots, I am hitting on 5s.
Yay! You get a reroll 1 because you have a spot.
Pretty good. 3 hits.
3 hits. Once it's a 3 on 7s.
Oh,
Oh, wow. So I only take a pin, but I have 6 total pins. Woo, 6 pins would be scary for anybody else but a drone. So let's see if I survive to make a recovery order. Ando Hana is my last commander on the field, so let's see if he can raise or answer the call. Yes, so I lose a pin. He's going to perform an advance order and just basically move right in. I don't want to get too close since the Algren are so charge happy. And I'm going to fire everything I got into Tomok. That's going to be 4 plasma carbines, all on 4s to hit. By the blood of the Concord, I will win today!
yes!
Everyone missed. So I do have a spotter, so I'm just gonna reroll one of those. And I still miss, so complete whiff.
Yeah.
I'm channeling the power of Tim Bancroft to get a 1 so that I might not be able or might not lose immediately. Nope, I lose immediately. So I fail, I only lose 1 pin, and I go down. Now, normally I would probably just give up, but let's see how this ends.
Yeah, there's only, 2 dice to deal with. Bodies litter the ground as a Santo Mock bears down on his Concord quarry. Their morale is breaking.
Going into turn 4, the Concord have 2 feet in the grave, but we've gone too far to give up now. Let's see how this pans out. Oy vey. Nope, it's out.
A Santo Mock is sick of watching his men die. He will taste Concord blood. He is running and sprinting into Kevin's unit way over hither.
Ando's got this.
First things first, I roll my sprint check, and I fail, so I do get a pin.
Now, I've already decided to react with a stand and shoot prior to your failure, not to make it look like I'm mean. But I'm like, hey, you know what? I already lost 1. Can I lose another one? And the answer is absolutely. I failed, putting another pin on me.
I have 4 shots going into Kevin. All of them are strike value 1, and all of them will be at 4s to hit.
And I'm gonna have 4 shots back, all at 3s to hit, and it's gonna be strike value 2. Yay!
So that is many misses, but I get to reroll 1. Whoop.
Yay!
So 1 hit.
Okay, and then the Algrid rebuttal. No hits.
But you get a reroll.
Nope. So I'm gonna have 3 pins. I'm gonna take it on my leader. I'm res 6, up by 2, down by 1 to 7. So I'm good.
I'm currently hitting on 6s with punches, but my pistol hits on a 7 because it's a hammer. Good shooting. Punching.
Concord Kung Fu answers with 5s to hit across the board. I hit 3 times that time. All good.
I also have 3 hits to contend with. One of them is being taken on my leader. I am at 7. Oh, yes. A guy ties. But I still win the combat because Kevin is at 3 pins. I'm only at 2.
Easy. My leadership is a 50-50 chance. And I fail. Ando tried to take the moniker of leader in Gazebo's absence, but it was to no avail. And with that said, I concede to Sergey. Oh!
I really enjoyed the scenario, and I really want to play it with other armies.
Yeah.
Particularly more close combat oriented armies. I think this could be really fun.
Yeah, upon reflection, it's difficult to be the Concord and being forced to start this close to your enemy.
That's true.
Just like the fact that, it's just, they have res 6 with their hyperlight armor. And so that is always going to put them on the back end of any kind of charges. But it is what it is. And it's very cool. Overall, I think that this is a great set of scenarios to spoon feed the rules to new players, because it does in each scenario. It literally tells you what special rules come into play, how they work as far as the game is concerned, and I like it how it culminates in a just very small scale, almost like 250 point. Let battle begin.
Yeah, absolutely. If you have a friend who is new to wargaming in general, this is definitely the box set to buy.
Yeah,
it's super awesome. It comes with enough models to wet your whistle, so to speak. And it was really fun. You could probably do this whole thing in probably, you think, like 2 hours?
If you have everything set up, you are already familiar with what's going on, and you've read through the book to the point where you understand it, 1.5 to 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
If you are just picking up the book, setting everything up, it's going to be an afternoon.
Yeah. But still, a campaign that you can play in an afternoon is a super fun thing to do.
We do keep referring to it as a campaign. The first few scenarios are definitely very tutorial.
Yes.
In the sense of how simple they are, but they're still fun. Once you do it, you could replace the forces with anything, like other forces if you really wanted to, which would be also cool. And it all comes together pretty well to, like I said, kind of feed you the rules as you go. So, like you said, if you have a friend who's never played, it's very, very easy for someone to understand, I think.
with the setup.
I agree. Yeah.
So gaming wise, great. I love it. It's a good book. Now hobby wise, I had the advantage of already assembling Concord. So I already had the Concord put together. How long did it take you think, to do the algorithm, the force that's included, total?
Not long at all. I mean, it's only 3 squads.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, if you're dealing with somebody who has not wargamed much before, it'd probably take them all afternoon to build all these guys. It'd take them a lot longer to paint. Obviously, we're all very slow at painting when we first start painting.
But
I got these guys like before every one of these videos, I probably painted like 5 dudes, and I did it in like an hour or 2.
Okay, yeah. So and that's just nice because if you're also starting off new to wargaming and this is how you're getting in, it doesn't give you an overwhelming amount of models. And it's also cool because the models that they give you, obviously using this setup, provide a fun little battle. Yeah, I wouldn't say obviously points wise it's not going to be like super even. You can probably get it close with what you take.
I don't know.
But it's gonna be a little varied because you can get a lot of upgrades for the algorithms.
Yeah, you get more points out of the algorithm for sure.
Probably,
and particularly because you get a couple
of
extra drones, I think, on the screws, right?
Yes, you do get extra drones for the Concord. So if you played with more drones, it would be a little more of the Concord. But but it is the point is it gives you I think a very decent amount of models to start off getting 2 forces ready. Well, I hope you folks enjoyed all of this Kara 9 centric content as much as we did. It's really a great box set, and we were happy to show everybody all the scenarios included in these great models. And if you like the video, you should definitely give it a like. And if you like this content, this is what we do every day at the Tabletop Warlords. You should consider subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you.
And if you want to support us making this content, you should definitely check out our Patreon campaign. We love our patrons. They're the most badass people around.
And on that note, we have a new tabletop man-at-arms. And from his designation, I can only assume it is a Meccano Man, XCM7172. We appreciate your support, and will bow to our robotic overlords once the time is appropriate.
But if Patreon's not your thing, we totally understand that. You can follow the link right below our video. It is an affiliate link and will bring you to the Warlord store. Anything you purchase there will give us a small commission, and we really appreciate it.